What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division PTS video. Alright, this one I wanted to talk about the Eagle Bearer. This one has a fond place in my heart because the Eagle Bearer used to be king back in the day when it was the Dark Hours special assault rifle that you could only get in Dark Hours. You couldn't get it in the DZ, and you know, you had to go through a lot of trouble to get it. It's based on a P416. But they have made some changes. So if we pull up the patch notes for weapon changes, what you will see here for the P416 is they've made the RPM 850, which obviously this gun is based off. So they've upped the RPM by 50. The base damage is barely worth talking about. It's hardly changed. But the reload speed as well has hardly changed. So essentially, it's had a little bit of a buff. So does that mean it's good now? Does that mean that's bad now? Well, let's take a look. So if we pull up IKEA's sheet, he's very kindly sent me these very updated ones. Mine were horrendous in comparison to his. So let's have a look here. So we've got our, not that one. We want the burst one. That's the one. Because that's the one really that we're looking at. So we're looking at the burst here. So let's have a look at assault rifles in general first of all. So assault rifles in general first of all. The P416 sits just above the top table, which is kind of cool. And you know, there is not a lot of difference between all of these here. You'll do very well, and that, you know, the percent is less than 3.5% from using the F2000 at the top. This is with no talents taking place or anything like that. So obviously what you got to remember is if you like the Eagle Bearer talent, then the Eagle Bearer might be a win for you. But alright, so let's take a look at it then in comparison to other guns. Other exotic guns. So you can see here, it sits firmly in the middle table. Surprisingly, burst, the capacitor coming in just above it. But there's a couple of things that I want you to take a look at here, and a couple of things where the St. Elmo's engine used to shine, right? So the St. Elmo's engine, although it wasn't top tier damage, because it had so much, you know, so much RPM, it had so many rounds in the magazine, and it had such good mods, there was so much room for error. You could use that and it would feel really comfortable because it had so much room for error. Now, after all the changes that we've got, the Eagle Bearer still has a significant room for error. And the reason I say that is because it still has 60 rounds in the magazine. It has a fairly good reload speed. And because of that, you know, it gives a lot of room for error. The Bighorn, for instance, only 42. The new FAL, which is, you know, the talent's amazing, which would probably end up being top tier anyway. But again, only 40. The capacitor, only 40. And they have a slower RPM, 700, 700, and then 800. Whereas obviously with the Eagle Bearer, we're at 850. So the Eagle Bearer does cement itself at the top. I think it will work really, really nice. I think it will feel really nice because if we have a look at the gun in question and we scroll down to the actual talent, the accuracy increases as you continuously fire up to 30%, making it, you know, much more accurate than using the base high-end gun as well. And then obviously you become immune from doing headshots. Now I've got strikers on with this. It's the pretty much the old, you know, old faithful build here. You know, give or take what if you use an exotic mask or not. But just to give you a kind of little bit. It's on easy, by the way, so there is a little bit of jump in it. He says missing the shots by miles, but it feels pretty good still. And, you know, although Obliterator and Strikers, you know, have had a bit of a nerf, it actually feels really good. And I think most people will end up using the Strager, but I think for PvP, I think the Eagle Bearer will still shine. I think it'll be really, really good. I think it's a really good choice if you've got one for PvE and you want to make some kind of damage reduction, armor on kill build. I think it's definitely got itself in a nicer place than last season. Although the they put it to the floor in a previous patch. Now it's kind of crept back up to a good mid tier. Is that a thing? Not quite mid tier, but not quite bottom of the drawer either. Why is he just directing why I'm killing his mate? As you can see, it does put in the work. You know, I know these are only reds and purples, nothing too spectacular to write home about, but you know, the crit points went quick enough. Find them and kill your mate. You know, it's easy enough for accuracy reasons to get tenacity. Don't forget, I have got weapon handling in this build because it's strikers.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
But I think, you know, for people like me who are a bit nostalgic about it, it has crept back up a little bit. It's definitely taken a buff. And you can play a little bit wilder because we have tenacity, and you can take that extra bit of damage. But as you can see, no issues building stacks. You put any blues in with this as well and be a bit tankier. Again, more damage reduction. It's fully cemented itself now as a decent gun, and I still like the fact we've got 60 rounds in the mag. This is a problem. Take the shield thing out, please. Like, why in PvE do we need to have shield distortion? Oh, we got a headshot from there. Whoa, why did these guys get round here? In there to cover, don't know what I'm doing. Dude, where you going? Give me time to pop a med pack while you're running away. No. Thank you. I got your toe. This guy rezzing people. Headshot, please. Where's Chunky Monkey? There he is. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. The RPM boost is nice. Can't go wrong with it. I am level 20 expertise in it. I have got damage to target out of cover on it, but it feels nice. It looks nice. It's a bit of a win. It's a bit of a win. It's not the win that we wanted. Bring back the version 1 with the damage from the talent. I would take that all day, but yeah. If you want to look at my stats, 55.5 crit chance, 162 crit damage. And then I was just running, you know, strikers as you would. Weapon damage, crit damage, crit damage. Just remember on the PTS that this has still got a 1% buff, not the 0.85. It's wrong. Strikers gloves, weapon damage, crit damage. Strikers knees, weapon damage, crit damage. Holster, weapon damage, crit damage. Group or chest piece with the changed stat for the base set. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and the change for obliterate, and the mask, critical hit chance, weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, crit chance. Nice and easy. Shield, but yeah, I think it still runs rather well. There'll be some, you know, really cool blue survivability type build you could run with this now, and you're just going to kill things a little bit quicker than what you did previously. It's a decent shout. It's a decent shout. That's going to be it for the video. I think that's probably the last video for the PTS. No, I don't think I can squeeze any more in before it turns off, but thank you so much for all the PTS support. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Follow me on X, check out my community Discord. All the links are in the description. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.